The most chilling update of the year is waiting for you, Captains. Let's check out what treats are in store. No Halloween is good, or rather bad enough without Rasputin, huh? He's back again, and you need to save Transylvania and the world. The Halloween event will be held from October 17th until November 3rd, and will feature various prizes, including the biggest one, Commonwealth Tier V Premium Cruiser Perth. German alternate battleships fully available. With the arrival of powerful Tier VIII Prinz Rupprecht, the new alternate tech tree line of German battle cruisers is open for research. Go get them for enhanced secondaries, torpedoes, and special damage control party. Another monster approaches. This time, it's Soviet Tier VIII Premium Cruiser Kronshtadt. With her heavy guns and huge HP pool, ready to smash foes is the headliner of the Fortress campaign. Beat the campaign with 100 milestones in 5 weeks with catch-up enabled, and get the ship with Admiralty backing active. Another humongous addition to the ranks of legendary ships, French battleship Bourgogne arrives as a bureau project. Pick it up for her main battery reload booster and engine boost, which further highlight Bourgogne as the fastest battleship at the tier. Be brave this Halloween and turn the spooky tide.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our October update live stream. We are going to be covering everything there is in the update, from Kronstadt to Bourgogne, Perth, how to get Perth, Kawashi, and so much more. A bunch of Halloween skins.
You missed the important one.
The important one.
Ark.
Oh
Ark
yes, there's a little ditty called Ark Royal, a ship nobody's ever heard about. That's showing up again. Or not again, but finally. But I am not alone. I am also joined by the mysterious mystery voice.
Hello, I'm back again. It's great to see you all, especially with all this amazing content coming in the stream. But I am also joined by a special individual that you are all yet to see. And I'll pass it over to him now so he can introduce himself.
Hello everyone. Nice to meet you on stream for the first time. My name is Panos, or else Orochi, which is my nickname. Some of the members that are in the Discord, by the way, you can join the Discord down below in the description, might have seen me playing around there, especially on the mobile side of things, or also in-game. I'm 23, I'm from Athens, Greece, so kalispera to all my friends. And yeah, I'm joining these two beautiful guys today on stream. We're gonna have some fun, play some games, see what's coming on the game. So take it away.
All right.
Okay, so
Let's go and do. You got it.
here we go.
So we're hearing that the mics are kind of low. We'll try to speak up and into them as much as we can, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hot swap and increase them much. So
Apparently,
yeah.
Blip's mic is muted or super low. We did an audio test right before the stream, I swear, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Maybe talk closer to your microphone or louder, I don't know.
Like I am on the microphone. So can you hear me now? Is it fine? Or do we need to mess with things? Okay, mic's okay now.
Okay.
So we just need to be real close and really on them.
You have to eat the microphone, Lee.
I'm not an airline pilot.
Okay. Where's Robin in his shaved afro? Robin was supposed to be on stream today, but unfortunately I have had to sub in last minute and take his place because he wasn't feeling very well. So he is currently getting some well-earned rest. So you're stuck with me today.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can mess with some settings here. And
Oh no, this is never a good idea.
yeah. If we have a technical scene for it, I'll mess with it. But we do not, so I'm not going to mess with it.
The volume for is this one here.
Okay.
But it's going to be really loud.
Is this any better? Let's see. All right. Well, that's as much as we can go for. So
yeah.
we'll give it a go. So what do we want to start with today?
Well, we'll explore it.
So
I mean, I kind of want to start with Ark Royal, but there's no biases there, of course.
no biases.
So.
But we will have there will be another stream that will be much more relevant to Ark Royal. So we will cover her in more detail then, I'm sure. But we'll make sure to play a game in this stream.
Oh. Feeling very British today.
This is his second cup of tea, as far as I'm aware. But I have also threatened to throw it into the harbor today, so...
Yeah, he threatened to throw my tea into the harbor that's across the road, and I was like, if you do that,
It's only a block away.
we're going to fall out.
So, let's start with...
Okay.
I think we should probably start with the campaign ship.
Okay, so tier 8. Sure.
Yeah.
We also have some Halloween camouflages today, along with the new Commonwealth Commander and a few other things, which is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, and all the Halloween camouflages are new. So we have some new ones for ships that already had some, like Shokaku has a new version of her camouflage, and they're all kind of a pink-purple theme. So
Ark Royal comes with a camouflage. Well, it doesn't come with a camouflage, but we're selling an Ark Royal Halloween camouflage as well.
but we will, well, we're going to start with, I think, Kronstadt. Kronstadt is the new campaign ship, named for the island fortress of Kronstadt, which is just off of the coast of St. Petersburg. This ship is based off of the Project 69 heavy cruisers, which were kind of which were a certain strongman leader was very interested in this project and got them through the Navy bureaus, and they were under construction before World War II came to the Soviet Union, but they were canceled to prioritize smaller ships at about 12% completion.
Okay, so are you going to select a ship?
Orochi, go ahead and select a tier 8.
Tier 8. Yep.
Yes, he said the funny number.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the squad leader.
Okay. Okay, you know.
Yep. So the Kronstadt is a pretty weird large cruiser. It's got 305 millimeter guns. And those are they're relatively inconsistent. So this ship has the worst dispersion out of any cruiser in the game, but it also has the most hit points out of any cruiser in the game that I can think of offhand. It's got 71,000 hit points, which is more than some battleships, and it's more than Stalingrad. And a lot of people are going to compare this ship to Stalingrad. I think a closer comparison would be Alaska or Azuma and Stalingrad.
It has improved HE? Unless you already said that. I wasn't
No,
paying
it's just really strong HE with 24% base fire chance.
Oh, it's rough.
And a good rate of fire. The base rate of fire of this ship is 18.5 seconds. So
Fires. Okay.
So the armor piercing is the armor piercing is standard armor piercing. There's nothing special about it other than it's very high velocity. So high explosive is going to be probably more your bread and butter.
Question: I'm visually impaired. Can we have the ability to enlarge the minimap more than we are allowed? There already is an option to enlarge it, but I'm assuming you already have done so, and you're asking if you can go higher. We don't have anything planned to add an additional option to make it any bigger, but if you add it to our feedback in our Discord or reach out to us, it's definitely feedback we can forward that I won't resist to.
So what's the plan for this game, by the way?
Well, we're kind of the B group. So we'll
Probably B?
I'm just kind of gonna chill out more along here and then see if I can get some opportunity shots. I usually try and wait until I can get in and lap something.
I'm going to try and start some fires on this Mushashi and just win this down, because I have a fire build on this Ibuki. Although I'm already getting shot at right now. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, this migration is going to be juking us.
trying to go dark right now. I'll break line of sight because that means Jesse's going to hurt me. I've got the Kronstadt on their team trying to hit me. I'm probably butchering this name really badly. They don't know I am.
Got Sommers over here.
Probably Torp too, right?
Probably Torso.
Yeah.
They're probably on me, to be honest. Woo! Sneaky little hit on him.
Okay, I found a spot I can sit dark.
Orochi, are you in Prague with the rest of the team? Yes, I am.
Yep. He is
Got him right
sitting
here next to
right
me.
over there for me.
Yep. Can walk over and tap him on the shoulder.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Final boss question. When will we ever get a fix on the shells falling short or going through ships? So those are actually two separate issues. The going through ships is ghost shells, and that's quite a common occurrence, and we already know the cause of it. And that's when you're too close to an island and you shoot so that basically the side of your ship is against an island and you shoot. The game will visually show the shells going through the island. However, in kind of like behind the scenes, the game considers the shells like expelled, like they've gone. The game registers them as hitting the island, but visually you see them going through, which is why when they hit the ship, they just phase through the ship, because though you can see them, they don't exist because they technically expired when they hit the island. The shells falling short is a separate thing entirely, and it's actually something we're investigating.
Yeah.
Where we're collecting clips from players and all kinds of sources, and we're forwarding them, and we don't have an ETA for this. It's quite a complex issue. I would like to say there's a fix in the works and that something's happening, but right now we just don't know. It's something we are very proactively investigating, though. If you have any clips of shells falling short, you can actively help us by sending us these clips.
Yeah. And and certain scenarios, situations, commander builds, anything like that. Right now, we've pretty much determined that it's not, strictly speaking, it's not really a bug. We're pretty sure that it's a system that's just not working in an intuitive way. And so we got to figure out what that system is and see how we can address it. I deserve that.
Will Kawashi be installed with the doubloons? The Kawashi will actually be earned by completing our Halloween mode on the hardest difficulty.
Yep.
And it'll be the ship that is rewarded for doing so.
Yeah. You gotta finish it with 5 stars.
Yes.
And so you'll be able to get that for free, and then that brings an opportunity to unlock even more ancient shards, which are going to be the event currency, which you can use to get things like guises, Perth. But we will go into more details on that probably when we're playing Kawashi or showing off the new camos.
Hi, can we get an anti-radar consumable for DDs? That would be somewhat counterintuitive to what the vision is for cruiser and destroyer engagements. Like, radar is the hard counter for destroyers. That's the purpose of it. So to add something to prevent radar spotting you would be counterintuitive and basically make the purpose of radar void. People would just not run radar. Training rooms next patch. We don't have a solid ETA on when we're receiving them. We released a blog post talking about how it's something we're very proactively working on, and it's something that you can expect to see in the future. We just don't have a solid ETA right now. It's not as easy as me just saying yes or no right now.
Musashi is almost done. Ooh, a very brave Baltimore is about to pop up.
Submarines. There are no plans for us to introduce submarines at this time. Problem with all new raid areas, DDs become very hard to play in high tiers. Too much radar. DDs are actually performing pretty fine in high tiers. We have the data. We can see they're performing okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see a radar cruiser, just don't push the radar cruiser. Would be the sensible option.
See, can I sneak out and grab the citadel of this Kronstadt? Maybe.
He's turning out.
No. The citadel in Kronstadt is very low in the water. I think it's basically at the water line. You can hit it broadside at this range, but it's a slim shot.
There are no giveaways in the stream. For those curious about asking about giveaways, we do not have any giveaways planned for this stream.
No.
What about CVs? The bombs still tend to drop further than indicators are shown. So this is something I was exploring actually. I think the other day, yesterday.
Yeah, that's a desync issue. So that's a connection, basically a connection issue between you and the server most of the time. So it's not really something we're able to realistically resolve because due to the nature of internet connections.
Hyuga buff. Hyuga is very strong.
No plans for a height.
Yeah, no plans for Hyuga buff.
We can actually push into B. I'm not spotted, so the destroyer is not here.
Be careful, we have that rune with the HE pen.
Yeah.
Just
Ruin
maybe
is
pop.
about to kill me, so.
Is he?
Please give it to me. Nope, too high.
When will Wargaming do a stream where you play the game on a rock band drum kit? That'd be incredibly difficult. I know people beat Dark Souls and things with these kind of kits, but I don't think we're good enough to do that.
I think Chris did one on a DDR mount or Patent Dance Fed at one point. I don't think it was a stream. I think that was like a game show thing.
Okay.
That was a long time.
Oh,
How
there's
am
a
I
summer.
still alive? What is this? This summer's gonna kill me.
This Ibuki is not agile at all. It does not want to turn. It does not want to accelerate or anything.
Please.
There is no giveaway this stream.
Swap on over to Orochi, who's playing the Musashi.
Yep.
So I checked the data of how Kronstadt is doing from yesterday. So one day of data is not indicative of a whole ship's performance by any regards. The ship is doing fine. It's a weird ship. It's not a conventional ship, but that doesn't mean it's a bad ship. It just some people will like it, some people are gonna hate it. And that's my realistic outlook on it. Like it's got pretty good DPM, especially armor piercing DPM, and the accuracy is pretty bad, but it's got a lot of health and a lot of staying power. So the longer you can stay in a game, the more DPM you can put out, the more damage you can do, and you have a radar, which helps a lot with just kind of controlling areas. So the ship is fine.
Oh no. I'm gonna stop the UA here real quick.
Right.
He has no idea. His guns aren't even phasing me, dude. That's a big ship too. It's panic accelerating. So if I aim about. I hope he has. So I missed. I thought we just thrown it if he's got problem.
Let's see.
I
No
think I
worries.
failed.
We got this.
I think I failed. Yeah, they've missed.
Really?
I just threw that. I just missed tops, point blank.
Where is he even?
Yeah. Rip.
Damn.
So that means he's pushing forward.
Ooh. That's a very brave Massachusetts. There is no chance. Oh, I haven't got bounces.
He hit the front of the belt, I think.
Yep. We are chilling right now. Unless he has an idea of
you're-
ramming.
We showed some gameplay of the legendary T carriers last stream.
Yeah. And of course, and a lot of our CCs have some reusable areas that you can check out. Because they also had access to them for a limited time.
So let's explore the possibility of a ram here. Yeah.
I think you'd be trading for Massachusetts. So I would let you eat some damage before. Yeah. I'm trying to speak up. The microphone is probably not correct. Probably not set up correctly.
Okay, I probably have one last salvo before the Massachusetts. I always can't say the name.
Massachusetts.
A lot of Americans can't pronounce Massachusetts.
Yep. With the ram.
Will there be Enterprise aircraft carrier? We do not confirm or deny the existence of ships that we have not already announced.
Yep. So, yeah. Do we want to back out and find a new game, or do we want to see the final battle?
We can. I mean,
It shouldn't be too long.
Yep. It's 2 minutes, and I think it's gonna be resolved before that.
I'll move us through that. I was literally point blank. Damn.
There we go.
That was a really good hit.
Yeah, that was good.
Good job.
Well done, Musashi.
Okay, any ideas for what we're playing next?
I did see some people request Prinz Rupprecht, so we could do another Tier 8 round.
We could.
Or we can do something else. What are we feeling? Let's go ahead and go with Prinz Rupprecht, and I can show off the new one of the new Halloween commander guises. This is Daniel F. Brassfender. He is a German commander guise. The guises for Halloween are going to be a German one, there's an American one, and a Pan-Asian one. And the American one is here, Tony Westriver. And the Pan-Asian one, I have on my Hong Hei, Joanna Du. So, but we will be seeing more from these characters during the Halloween event.
They will be obtainable for shards, which you gain from playing the event.
Yep. And the event begins on October the 17th. So mark your calendars, get ready to go in, earn yourself a Kawashi, and some other resources.
We can't show you the Cossack 38. We do not have it in our accounts. It is not available right now.
Go ahead. You're the division leader.
Okay. Any plans to add some competitive modes or leaderboards? So we have our, I'd say, seasonal events like Ranked and Arena, which have these. Besides from these, we have no intention to add anything further than that at this time.
So there will be some expansions to the service record to give more detailed statistics on things, but that's not going to be incorporated into any game modes anytime soon. Okay. That's just going to give you some more information about how you do with your own ships. So, and so in terms of the spotting and swatting damage, so
bumping my mic.
In broad strokes, the spotting systems are very similar between World of Warships and World of Tanks. In the details, they work a little differently. But there is spotting damage. There is. And the spotting systems work pretty similarly.
Final boss, when are you guys changing the prices of doubloons? We have no plans right now to change the prices of doubloons. As far as I'm aware, they'll remain like this for the foreseeable time.
Yeah, and each one is adjusted to the currency and the regional stores that you are involved in. Usually that's going to be what country you're in. So that's not exactly something we have very much control over. So German alternative battleships have relatively weak armor due to the fact that they're not technically battleships. These are designed as battle cruisers, which forego some of their armor protection and some of their firepower in order to gain speed. Ooh.
I think you found Charles Martel's citadel.
Yeah,
last
me.
one.
I clunked it. Just
And I had HE loaded. Ready to take.
what it?
Shashi.
You need to turn in a minute because the island. There we go. There's the turn.
Let's try and get this Charles Martel while we have him.
Oh my! French dispersion there.
There's another ship on the left.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a cruiser. Might be wrong.
Battleship
Main.
And
and a destroyer. Unless that was the.
That's probably
Cruiser
Charles
could be
Martel.
yeah.
Oh, you got the mouse. You got the dating bot.
Oh, okay.
That
Damn.
didn't take him long.
They were quick this time. Okay, this is going to be a spicy hold, I think.
Or I mean, I'm not spotted, so it's definitely not.
Keep catching my microphone.
Yeah, destroyer is not with us anymore.
Where are all them destroyers? Battleships at the top of the map. Oh, there's one.
Trying to whittle down this Musashi. So the ship on the thumbnail is the Kronstadt, which is the campaign ship for this update.
Mushashi is a nippy boat, isn't it? It's quick, it can accelerate.
Yeah, if you have the propulsion mod on it, which you probably should, it is pretty nimble. More nimble than Yamato is. Orochi is from Greece.
Yeah, I am from Greece indeed.
Okay, we have a chap here rushing B.
God.
Do I have shots? Not yet.
No,
Oh,
no.
I don't need shots.
Pass it on to.
I think we're capping here. Someone should go towards B.
Just trying to get the cap before I push.
Do we push?
I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to push forward.
Okay.
Not here.
So there are not currently any plans to change spawning positions or maps right now. Our game designers are working on a few other things. So
Ooh.
don't
Ooh.
have any plans for that right now.
Oops.
Let's see. There's no new news on high-tier British destroyers at all. So, but we'll see. Will matchmaking ever be a thing? Matchmaking is essentially random, and we do not plan or intend to have any sort of skill-based matchmaking in the future. There's just that doesn't follow what we envision for the game or for the and how a large team game, relatively large team game, should function.
This main's waiting for me, so I need to start turning. I'm going to take a big hit here, though.
There is a new Halloween crate. It'll be coming on the 17th. So future legendary carriers, it's really too soon to say how they will come out and whether or not they'll be coming out for credits like the last ones were. So we'll see when we get there. Plans are happening. They've just been we have chosen to prioritize training rooms over clans because we figured the clans that we already have assembled in the community will make better use out of the training rooms at the moment than they would out of a clan system right now. It's more useful to more people to have training rooms, but there will be a clan system. Steal the mouse back.
Yeah. There you go. Man, either I'm aiming really badly or Dispersion's trolling me. Probably the latter. I'm probably aiming really badly here.
Yeah.
But, wow. The percentage of games that are 6 to 7 cruisers is quite like weird. Didn't you do a data pull at one point on like 5+ DD games and 5+ battleship games?
Yeah, we have a whole spreadsheet just dedicated to destroyer population and how many destroyer population games in terms of like a 4 DDs or more in a match. Reality is at like tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, or legendary tier. Destroyers or games where there are 4 destroyers or more per team make up less than 8% of the total battles played.
Use the wargaming red button for RNG. Despite contrary belief, this button doesn't exist. If it did, I would be abusing it.
Yeah, there will be some Halloween crates available for free, either by purchasing them with the ancient shards that you can unlock by playing the Halloween mode, or there will be some for credits as well. The Ark Royal is not only going to be a container ship; it will also be available by itself for doubloons.
Okay.
So, speaking of Ark Royal,
Is it
You
time?
Ark Royal, yeah?
that's Connor's baby.
It is time.
It's
Is it?
time. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, I can show the camouflage for Ark Royal as well. Hang on.
Yeah.
So, here we have Ark Royal. Yeah. I've been very excited for this one, as I'm sure a lot of the British tea enjoyers have been as well. Around about the time of its sale, there will also be an Ark Royal Halloween camouflage made available, which is this one right here. It's called Royal.
Very nice and bright red, a little bit steampunky on the sides.
You'll see it. You won't miss it.
Well, you might miss it, but you'll see it.
Yeah. And it also changes. Does it change the aircraft? I'm not sure if it does or doesn't actually. So,
It's not.
no, it does not change the aircraft.
I will bring in the purse.
Okay, so.
And so Ark Royal will be available starting the October the 17th, just in time for Trafalgar Day, which is on October the 21st. And it will be available at the same time that the Halloween event comes out, and therefore Perth will also be available on October the 17th. Perth is our first Commonwealth cruiser, representing Australia again, and Perth also comes with a new Commonwealth commander that is almost tailor-made for this ship. Bayard has not been shown yet, but we will show her. The Perth will be available for 10,000 ancient shards, which you earn through playing the event, but you cannot get Perth entirely for free. You can earn up to 9,810 ancient shards by completing everything, by 5-starring every difficulty, by completing the Kawashi missions, and by doing daily runs of the event mode. Doing all of those will get you up to 900 or 9,810, and then you can purchase one Halloween container, and you'll get 250 ancient shards from that, or 1,000 doubloons. So you can get Perth for 90% off, essentially. Your game volume is really nice. Is it at full, or is your game?
I'm not sure. I'm talking quietly for the most part.
No. What's your game volume at?
Oh, right. Hold on.
Yeah, bring it to half. Sorry about that.
A foresight. Okay.
I like listening to the planes, honestly.
So there are currently no plans for changes to Rasputin or any of her commanders. So I deserve that.
Here he is.
Was it the Mackinson?
I was aggravating him.
No worries, let me help with spotting.
The only thing about these swordfish is they seem to have quite a big turning circle, actually. Like here, I just can't. Right now, I'm just trying to fly around and make everyone with the damage control parties right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be good to push here.
Yep.
I'm spotted, but it's by planes. Yep, not spotted anymore.
The swordfish was used both as a torpedo bomber and of a pseudo dive bomber or sword bomber, but of course the claim of fame of the swordfish is the torpedoes.
Autopilot mode enabled.
But it was done. Where do we want to go? We probably should get on that Queen Elizabeth around the cap.
Yeah, I'm already moving in.
I am spotted now, so there is a destroyer.
Pop my hydro again.
Rocket planes coming. There are no plans for rocket planes right now.
Yep.
I just want to know when submarines will be released. There are also no plans for submarines right now. Yes, Queen Elizabeth is beelining it straight for the cap. So I'm just going to do a few bomb runs on her. And
I was trying to get around Orochi.
Do you switch to the Queen Elizabeth or keep pushing here? Okay.
the triple fire, and I think it's permanent too, because I'm pretty sure I put her on fire a minute ago.
Please don't hurt me.
No, is it not permanent? Oh, so insta repair. Okay. Ah, there's a triple fire. Yikes. I get another good drop. Yes, that's permanent then. She repaired the triple. No, that's going to be good, mate. Close, and that's another fire. Awesome. No, don't be squadron and relaunch anymore. So the thing about the Arc Royal is the plane restoration is relatively quick. I played a few battles with it before stream, and I don't use the torpedo bombs too much. I think the carpet bombers are quite enjoyable to play, and the restoration is quick enough where you can just keep playing them. It has really good fire potential. So as you can see, I'm sort of just exploiting that. Like my main purpose right now is just flying around and making everyone on the team waste their damage control parties so that teammates can set them on fire or set floodings or whatever they want to do. And it's a very competent, it's just very good at harassing everything, really.
Queen Elizabeth does look like she might.
Like this Mutsu is about to feel it.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth is on a mission.
Probably gonna get killed.
There's no fires but 10k damage, and that aircraft carrier is gonna beat me down. Oh no! Turn. No, don't shoot all the planes down. Oh, cruiser. Okay. In here. Sure.
Yeah, there's also a very exciting kamikaze here. I think two battleships roll up.
There's 2 fires in the cruiser, so he's going to use his damage control party. Maybe I can get to last aircraft off and start a fire, so I'd have to fly over here again. I don't think so, though. The flag's going to get in.
Perth does have one quadruple engines.
We're going to get close. We're going to get the bombs off. Can we start the fire? Yes. He's going to do the fire, though. Okay.
Autopilot mode enabled.
I'm gonna swap over and show some Perth. So Perth has the creeping smoke, where you can just keep it at a quarter and it lasts forever. Rather the smoke generator lasts forever. High explosive, sonar, and defensive anti-aircraft firepower. And yeah, she's just a pretty solid Tier 5 light cruiser. That's it's very similar to Leander in terms of overall design and layout, but it's technically a subclass known as the Amphion subclass that the Royal Australian Navy pretty much exclusively used. So, but I'll go back to Connor and let him show off the star here. I know my sound is low. I'm trying. I can't speak up for extended periods of time. Sorry.
I'm not doing lots of damage, but what I'm doing is just being really annoying to everything that's trying to avoid me. Like this cruiser keeps trying to turn to avoid me because he doesn't want to get set on fire again. So it's definitely serving its purpose. It's making their team very aware of my presence, which is a nightmare when they're trying to fight everything else. There's on the fire and another big chunk of damage. I think players are struggling to hear you.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can do about it. So, that's just the reality of it. Like, we have our soundboard all the way up. We have OBS all the way up. I am speaking as loudly as I can, consistently into the microphone. The only way I can get louder is to get more angry, and that's not something I like to do.
Maybe if I lower my game volume a little bit more, so if it goes on to me, it's not going to...
Yeah. I want to see the torpedoes.
You want to see the torpedoes?
Yeah. We've been showing the bombers the whole time.
I'm not sure where the target is. So I'm not sure if I'm going to see a target to hit right now, unless I can. Okay. So these torpedoes sort of cone in almost. Maybe I can get a drop off and we'll get a good example of it. Okay, I definitely need to withdraw here though, because the destroyer it's gonna.
Yeah, the Perth will be available starting October 17th, and you will be able to get her through getting ancient shards by working on the Halloween event, or by purchasing the bundles for Halloween containers. And that's going to be how you can get Perth this update. So, no. Perth is technically Leander's subclass. It's most people call it the Amphion class cruisers. Main difference you can tell between the Leander and the Amphions is that the Amphions have 2 funnels, while the Leander has the 1 teardrop shaped funnel.
Where is this destroyer? Okay. Yeah. Kamikaze, that's why a concealment was there. So if I do the drop here, they very much cone in and almost angle in towards the center, and you can get them quite accurate. All right, looks like I'm not going to hit them with this.
They're not the fastest torpedoes, so
You will definitely avoid these. I
Yep.
think the problem with the kamikaze is his concealment is air concealment and normal concealment is very
yeah. There is a new Bismarck skin this Halloween. We'll make sure to show them off as much as we have later.
just gonna try and blind hit him here because he's trying to YOLO our battleship. Hey.
Oh, you got one.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, he's gonna get the tops off. It's a kamikaze. Don't rush him. No. So if I can kill that kamikaze and then just run away, we'll win.
Yep.
But that's a statement. Especially when they go invisible. I have so little time to react.
Yeah. There are currently no plans
Come on,
for
come on, come on, come on, come on.
steel right now.
Hey.
Nice.
No, just run away.
Yeah. When it comes to Italian language, we currently do not have a large enough Italian player base to merit investing in Italian language. Sorry. There's basically a threshold of how many players we need to meet for us to invest or to spend the amount of time that it takes to add an additional language into the game.
What carrier am I fighting against? A Ranger. So I must have deplaned him by now because he's been throwing aircraft at my carrier for a while.
There are no plans for steel at this time. So for steel at all.
If I drop bombs on this entire grid square, maybe I can hit the DD. I mean, that's the entire selling point of the British carriers is the bomb is carpet bomb.
Yeah. If you can get on the ship, it'll very likely to hit.
And these bombers just happen to have a very competitive fire chance. I mean, you get some good drops. You don't get a lot of really high damage drops, but what you get is a lot of fires, which is enough to waste their damage control parties where your teammates can get a lot of damage. So you have spotting potential, you have fairly good plane HP, you have very competent HE bombers, you have torpedoes that can snipe, but personally I just love the carpet bombs, so I just use them all the time. All in all, though, I'd say it's a pretty good carrier.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. Where do we want? Do we want to show off the Halloween skins in the port?
We can.
Or do we want to do? Or do we want to keep playing first?
We can show some of the Halloween skins off.
All right.
If you like.
So let's bring it over to me. So I have it set up. So I'm just gonna go from left to right on
The
what I have.
Kraken one is so cool.
Yeah, but
Oh, nice.
So Benson is getting a camo. This is it. This is the it's the new variation of the Ghoul camo with new colors, and so it's a classic little spiky plane or spiky camo here. Iowa is receiving a camo, which is similar to the Arc Royal camo. These are camos like this are going to be featured in the ships that you're going to be playing during the event. Although I don't think you play Arc Royal. I think you escort Arc Royal or something like that. But I'm not sure. Do you know more detail?
So in the Halloween game mode, you escort the
Transylvania.
Transylvania, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, these are the this is the camos. The Mogami camo, which is the Kraken camo, is sick. Like this camo is awesome. And rust buckets the whole ship. It goes throughout the entire thing. Just man, love this camo.
The Kraken camo is so nice.
Yeah. Shokaku's getting a reskin of her camo into a purple variety rather than the green one, so which makes a comeback from last year.
It also ties in with our Halloween event, whereas the filth is what they call it, the area of effect that spreads from the portal. Yeah, so the filth is also purple in this game mode, so it matches the new theme.
The planes are so nice in Shokaku.
Yeah. Arc Royal is getting one. We showed you that earlier. Bismarck is getting a new one, which is nice and purple themed. And the ship itself has got a monster exploding out of it, essentially. And that's all of the skins I have available. But there are a couple more. So Connor's going to show them off for us.
The ships. I'm trying to recall the
Pepper,
ships in my hand. So
and Furious has one as well.
okay, so we have Hipper.
I don't have all the ships in the game, sorry. So Hipper receives a similar one to Iowa and Arc Royal. And then there's going to be one on Charles Martel as well.
I actually have the other camouflage as well to compare from last year, and then we have this year.
Yep. And then the Xian Yang, which is a Pan Asian destroyer, gets one.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
And the Furious has one.
Practicing my speed running filters right now. There we go.
And all of these camos will be available starting from October 17th, whenever the Halloween event begins.
The Kraken one, though, by far, like the Mogami one, you got to admit that camo is it is monstrous. Pun intended.
Yeah, some of these camos are recolorings of previous event or Halloween camos in order to have them all kind of conform with the this year's version of the Halloween event. So, and that color scheme. So, Also, another side note: if some of you have noticed, Yahagi snuck its way through everybody and ended up in the Global XP store. So you can now get the Yahagi, which was featured in the Massachusetts campaign for Global XP.
125,000.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
175,000.
I think it's even featured. 187,500.
I was completely wrong both times.
So Yahagi is a nice little tier 4 light cruiser.
Hold
And,
on. Has the Edging Court event been extended in such a way that you can compete the mission days you missed, or is it still active just to purchase? So we released a blog post a while ago, which went into detail about the Edging Court event. Yeah. But the summary is you can no longer complete the days for free anymore. You had to do that while the days were progressing. However, the event is available until October 17th. Yep. For you to purchase missed days and complete any challenges you've missed to still obtain the ship.
Yeah, and if you look on the Hunt for Agincourt thing, it says it'll expire in 12 days. So if you do not complete it before then, it's gone. So make sure you take or take what you can and get through it. So
yes.
And let's see, what do we want to do now?
Well, we spoke of Agincourt.
So what are your favorite ships then, Archie?
My favorite ships?
Yes. Tell us what line do you like playing?
Well, you are gonna hate me for this, Connor.
But
I really like the Sigma.
He likes the Shimmer.
Yeah, I like the Sigma. And also, I think my favorite tier is actually tier 3.
Tier 3?
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to, if we can actually try out the Kawashi.
A tier 3 ship in mind, or...?
Well, Agincourt.
Agincourt's your favorite.
It's really fun.
It is pretty strong, yes.
But I actually play a lot of Gungood. I don't know. I just really like that ship. Like apart from that,
Okay, tier 3.
Sorry?
Let's do tier 3, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a tier 3 game. What am I going to play in tier 3?
Oh, Friesland as well. I really like the Friesland too.
Yeah, I'll play Agincourt as well. It's a very good ship.
Are we going Agincourt division?
Well, we got to show off Kawashi, so...
Any plans to run a wargaming tournament like World of Warships does? Well, first we would need training rooms.
Yeah, which is work in progress, very much work in progress. And in order to, and once we get that going, we hope to see the community rise up and start running some tournaments. And we might run our own, but I think we would prefer that to be more community run. So, but we can support that in various different ways.
The interesting thing of training rooms is they allow communities and clans and groups and guilds and a million words to all explain the same thing. It gives communities more freedom in managing their own community in terms of like more controlled environments for content creation or for event management or for strategy planning or anything. Like it just offers a flexibility where communities can self-manage. And there are already some groups that I watch. There's a few Discord groups that I'm in where they plan their own events. And for the most part, competitions right now tend to involve people all trying to queue at the same time to get into a match or involve kind of scoring points and things, where training rooms would kind of bypass this and give people the tools they need to manage their communities. And, you know, the hope is that the player base will come together and... what's the phrase that people create their own games within a game? There's a term for it.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Well, ultimately, it just allows people to plan their own groups and their own communities and kind of find your own game within the game, really.
Yeah. So, like whenever we get training rooms and everything like that, we want to see community events happen, and that's something we want to see, because it's just cool.
Just cool, yeah.
And so we're playing Kawashi here, which you will be able to get through getting 5 stars in the hardest difficulty of the Halloween event starting October 17th. And you will want to get the ship in order to get some extra ancient shards by playing this ship. This is Japan's first dreadnought, quote unquote. And And it was not a very successful ship, but begins Japan's climb towards the Yamato in a pretty real sense.
Oh,
Yep.
Feels good.
good night, Yahagi.
We'll see you next time.
What's the player limit per team in trainings? We don't have any information right now other than the fact that it's something we're working on. We know you guys are excited, and we're just as eager to tell you any information as we receive it, but right now there just is none. We released what we have on the blog post, and until then it's going to be a waiting game.
Yeah. So most of the things in the blog post, or at least many of them, should arrive this year. There have been some things that have happened to cause some delays in production, some moving and that sort of thing. And so, like, we're hopeful that a lot of that will come this year, but it might be beginning of next year. Just being realistic.
This whamming on my broadside is hitting me quite hard.
Flip, buy the Yahagi. Flip also destroys Yahagi. That's why I want you to buy it.
So what ship would you say you've played the most, Arachi, in your time here on the Legends team?
I actually think it's a Gungood, but I have a lot of games in Friesland as well.
Gangut. Friesland?
Yeah.
Friesland is a good choice. Gangut is...
Questionable, I'd say.
No. Gangut's is like solid meme pick.
It's a meme pick, but I like the ship. Like,
Oh, hang on. You have the mouse, and
yeah, I
we're
got
being raided by the bots again.
I got it.
Are we going to show the Bourgogne? Okay, we can. We can play a legendary game after this.
Yeah, we're going to show Bourgogne. We're going to show Bayard. We just have to get to it. Sorry about the bots, folks. Are you both running Agincourt?
I am.
No.
no.
Orochi's got Kawashi. So, Kawashi is mainly just a historical pick. It's where Japan's dreadnought race begins. You go from Kawashi to there's a in between class. You go from Kawashi, you basically get to Congo in reality. So you, it's a kind of it's a historically kind of a historical collector's item in a lot of sense, but it's also just it's a free Tier 3 Premium if you can beat the Halloween event.
And all so the way the Halloween event is running this year is there's easy, medium, and hard difficulty. I think the word is slightly different. Like the hardest is like nightmare or something, but the premise is easy, medium, hard. You have to 5-star easy, then you get normal, then you 5-star normal, then you get hard. Once you 5-star hard, you receive the ship as a reward. There are also going to be event commanders and 2 kinds of currency. There's going to be soul stones and shards. Shards are the currency which you use to purchase things from the store, event items. And soul stones is a relatively new event concept we have, where they are a commander leveling currency which you use to level the Halloween event commanders. So your Halloween event commanders will start at level 0. They have their own unique base traits, their own unique skills, and you will use soul stones that you earn from participating in the game mode to level the commanders and improve their performance, ultimately improving your odds of finishing the event.
Yep. So the Halloween game modes will start later on, and hope that you guys have some fun with it. But other things that are outside of that, we have the Bourgogne, or the burger, or the baguette, depending on your inclination, and the Bayard, which
Oh no.
which do we want to do first?
Okay, we'll show the legendary because people have been asking for it.
All right.
And then we'll show the tier 7.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty strong.
It's really strong.
It's really strong.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Bourgogne is already available to everybody who has access to the bureau, and you can get started on it for free and get going. It's a pretty typical bureau project, but we heard your feedback from the legendary tier CV bureau projects and brought back the special segments where you have to play ships to finish them. So the first one you have to play Lyon, and the second one you have to play Richelieu. And in order to complete the bureau project. So
before we do this real quickly, it's been asked a few times, we'd like to see the Arc Royal stats. Now, I have a commander on, which obviously boosts its stats. So I'm going to just pick some random commander on it that is like, we'll pick some completely irrelevant commander, and we'll just, like, Philip. So let me turn the camera onto mine. We'll take no UI here for argument's sake. So I've equipped a destroyer commander just to minimize its stat changes as much as possible. And I'm going to slowly cycle through the stat choices to give you guys an opportunity to see them all. This is as close to base as I can get it. Obviously, they're not going to be base because some stats might be affected slightly by the skills. However, this is a very fun to play carrier in my experience.
yeah,
It is juicy. It hits hard, it's consistent, and them carpet bombers, man. The torpedoes are accurate, but the carpet bombers are really fun to play.
yo,
Here we go. So I'm going to turn our faces back on so you can see how hideous we all are. And now we will pick the legendary tier ships.
yep. So I'm going to be running my typical French battleship build, which is usually a brawler build. And I know that there are plenty of people who don't like brawler builds, but I enjoy going DACA. So
we have one Bourgogne.
Also, for those just quickly interested before I start, this upcoming campaign will feature 2 hot to handle consumable camouflages throughout the various levels. So as you progress through, as usual, you'll unlock a consumable camouflage type for that campaign. For this campaign will be 2 hot to handle. And this is it right here. I would say it's one of the nicer looking consumable camouflages. Up until this point, it's been quite rare. We released it one time in a limited bundle, which was on the store for sale, which gave you just enough for 1 permanent, I think. But look at that. Yeah, it's stunning.
yep. So you can get it through the campaign, and I think if you get admiralty backing, you will also get enough to make 1 or 2 even permanent camos of it.
Finally, you're 2 hot to handle. I'm not too. I'm the worst in the team in terms of skill capacity here. You have no insane Unicum gameplay because Robin is sick.
The best source to learn the best builds for each ship, other than just talking to people and watching CCs play, you can go to one of our supported community websites called wowsbuilds.com, which has a bunch of different fan submitted and fan voted on commander builds for all the different ships in the game. It's a pretty cool website. I'll drop it in the chat here.
Wowsbuilds.com is a very good website.
Yeah.
I agree that camo is fire. Some would say it's too hot to handle.
This camo is the super tester camo.
Yes, he's using the super tester camouflage right now. People are commenting nice camouflage.
Indeed.
Too hot to handle sounds exotic. Up until this point, it's been a relatively rare camouflage. There's been a few circulating around, but nothing like quantious. No big numbers.
France and Britain will get their Tier 8 battleships in time. So there will be more Tier 8 ships coming before the end of the year.
Super test camouflage is too cool to cope. To be honest, that final boss, your skills are amazing considering how well you follow chat and perform high level. I'm not performing high level by any means, but I think that's the first compliment I've ever received on stream. So
somebody asked us what our win rates are earlier, and I think we're all in the 60% range somewhere. So
Yeah, around that.
thing for me is it's like a curse. I play really well off stream, and then I get on stream and I always play bad. So people always tell me how bad I am, and I cry.
Fix or it didn't happen, right?
It's literally like clips or it didn't happen, and I have no clips. So, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It is moving quite quickly.
Yeah, I do record clips and things like that. I just don't really ever get them off my hard drive, and I also don't get as many clips as the other guys do because I'm not as good.
I'm tempted to put my radar here just to see if I can pin a destroyer, because I refuse to believe there's no destroyer on this flank right now. So I'm
not spotted by anything.
There we go. Yeah, there he is. He's right there. I knew there'd be one somewhere.
Yeah.
There was a destroyer on my flank.
All right.
Is he not going to move?
Sneak forward and try.
I really thought he was going to go forward there.
No, he was backing out. So. Oh, baby.
There is another destroyer in my flank, by the way.
Oh, baby. Please. Please, Burger. Please.
Yeah. I double citadeled him. I need to go nosing because the Yamato here is already hitting me down.
That is not how you play Minotaur. I would advise using the island.
Oh, we have, I wonder who that is in the Bourgogne.
I recognize that name.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Oh, Yamato is shooting me a lot, so I'm going to nose in and try to avoid this plunging fire.
Our Lewis88 is one of our community contributors over on Twitch, so he's probably even live streaming this right now.
Yamato, leave me alone.
Roller build accuracy is really screwing me over on this one.
He's getting his shells over that island. I'm more impressed with the fact he's able to shoot over that island than anything. Like, he's shooting over the island and hitting me through the deck for like 10k a time on maybe 2 hits every time. We're going to have to deal with this Yamato. I'm not going to live long.
Yeah, I would like to push forward, but that's going to give me give my broadside to Lewis here. So I'm going to back out and basically just burn this guy, to be honest. Engine boosting, which means slow to reverse.
There's a Des Moines on the left flank. Maybe I can help with that.
Yeah, there's also a Sima.
Accuracy is so bad. I mean, it has French dispersion.
Yeah, and this is a brawler build. This is not an accuracy build. So,
You're going for maximum reload, maximum fun.
Yep. So there's no Azur Lane Scharnhorst. There's no Cunningham. This is.
You can get its reload pretty low, actually.
I mean, I'm down to 18.2 seconds on mine.
Des Moines isn't pushing. We're just dead stalled by this Yamato right now. His positioning is really good. He's just... Him being there is preventing us pushing this flank.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go in.
If you want to send it, I'll send it too, but we have to be careful because there's also a destroyer hugging this coastline. They're holding this angle really, really well.
We don't know where that destroyer is. So.
I think Final was more dangerous when he had his pop star here. Is that when I met you on Belfast, Blackmaster?
I think you also appeared on a couple of the early streams with it as well.
Pre-haircut Final boss.
I disabled the turret on the Yamato. So.
Haircut CE.
Let's get in here.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to. Okay, there's the Alois on the left. He's somewhat weak. The Yamato is holding this angle relentlessly, but he is shifting now. He's moving. Maybe I can hit him in his cheek. Give me those cheeks, Yamato.
Let's see if I can make some or grill some burger.
Oh, torpedoes! I'm gonna pop my radar just to scare him off.
Okay, good. There he is.
I hit the Yamato in his cheek. Set on him. But the destroyer's smoking him up.
I missed the gearing.
But with this push is working. We're winning this.
Yeah,
Keep going.
There's another Yamato on the left though, so I am a little bit afraid of him.
Maybe I can hit the Yamato in his cheek again. Come on, give it to me. Give me the cheeks. Oh, no. Hit him hard, though.
I'm giving you room, Musashi. Let's see Yamato in the room. With the green camo, it makes it look like a Musashi.
Come on, Yamato, go down, please. Stop hurting me. No, okay. Can we... He's almost down, and he's really hurting me.
Take him down.
Yeah, he's going to go down. Good job.
That was a kill steal if I were someone.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Alois, stop hitting me with HE.
Stop it.
Right, Yamato. Another one. Another one.
Turn in.
How does the research points work in the campaign missions while premium is active? So the research points, think of it as a new currency.
Yeah, it's
in a way.
basically global experience for Bureau.
And you can earn them through the campaign and hopefully other ways in the future, although that isn't quite confirmed yet. And they say when you go to not all Bureau projects support it yet. I think it's mainly projects that were released after. The more recent projects support it, and moving forward, projects will support it. The menu where you would use the balloons to skip or to progress or to boost, you can go to that menu, and when you go to boost the segment, you'll have an option between the balloons or research points if you have any.
Yeah, we might need some help.
Gearing's on the left here. If you have radar.
So it doesn't go to your active project. You can pick and choose what project it goes on, or you can save it to use it in the future.
You have a radar?
No.
Big set.
I know he's on my left. Like he's hugging this corner, and I can't turn away or run because there's the Yamato once again. Can we call Bourgogne a super baguette? That's a Robin question. Oh yikes! Oh, you dodged them. I thought he was gonna. I couldn't see from your perspective. I could only see from mine, and it looked like you were gone from my perspective.
No. Rip.
It's fine. I think I got.
Is he low?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also on fire without Damacon. Sigma is full HP though.
This gearing probably booked it out of here. No.
Yep.
This is when I stop.
Oh, we got the bots back. It's worse timing because you have the mouse.
Got him.
Look at bots making a Prince Flip throw. Hashtag blame bots.
No, I was going to eat that torpedo anyway.
They might. Are they okay? We're capping more than they are, so we should be fine. Okay.
Can I get up to speed and get in there?
I'm being detected, so he's like.
I'm detected now.
That means he's right down the middle.
Yep.
Yep.
Your
And it's
soul
a
is
sim
mine.
also.
There's a great team effort here, really. Like
Yeah,
our team,
that was a textbook push.
our team has performed really, really well this game. That push honestly changed. We were losing before that push.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, robbed. Robbed. They stole it.
that's a good game.
Oh, Orochi at the top of the leaderboard.
He's been top of the leaderboard a few times right now.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the
I
team
was
results, but-
just on the left flank alone versus 4 ships. I hope you guys had fun at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have? We have the French cruiser.
The French cruiser. We have. We could do another game in Kronstadt. But that's the only new thing that we need to show is Bayard. So
Okay, what's about? I'm going to run by it as well because this cruiser is spice.
yeah. So Bayard
Oh.
is the cross between De Grasse, Cleveland,
Colbert almost.
and
in a way.
Colbert. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Ah.
like, it's one of those shit, but basically, let's take a look at the stats here. Not much HP.
I'll just get rid of the UI so they can.
Yeah.
If they want a screenshot, they can.
Yeah, not much HP. We got high or pretty good reload. And this is 7 seconds with refill station on. So the reload's not going to be crazy high, but it's still good enough. It does have torpedoes. Not much to write home about there. Good anti-aircraft. Very fast. Very dangerous. For those who get that reference. But big citadel.
Big.
Big step citadel. No plating. So,
La Banque.
but to compensate, the 152 millimeter guns have 1/5 or 30 millimeters of HE pin. So the HE is like Belfast 43 HE with less damage, I believe, but more fire chance.
So you're saying it's a floating citadel? Yes, it is, but it hits hard for that citadel. You'll see.
The HE pin is 30 millimeters raw, so 29 millimeters effective HE pin. So it'll eat cruisers and destroyers alive.
And it does. It indeed does.
Yeah. So it's baked in 1/5 like Ochakov and Belfast 43.
Although, as someone in our comments has said, that is your opinion, and it is our opinion.
Yeah.
So take it with a pinch of salt. At the end of the day, everyone has ships they prefer. I mean, look at our CC Hipper, who's adamant that Tiger's a good ship. Everyone has their preferences and things they're good in. So
I'm adamant that it's a decent ship. I'm with Hipper on that one. Tiger is better than people give it credit for,
bruh.
and the stats show it.
Bruh. I mean, we all have ships that we're good in, my point being. So just because you see the Sailor and Robin get Krakens in literally everything imaginable doesn't mean everyone always will.
It's also a very good-looking ship with a pretty modern hull design. I mean, it's based on essentially Colbert and De Grasse, which are based on each other. So
When does Bayard come out? The 17th?
10th next
10th.
week.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Okay, so do we go for the fist fight on A?
It's a very heavy cruiser game.
Yeah, I have it built for range on mine, so right now I'm got it out to 18.69 kilometers with the refill station bonus activated.
Tiger 59 has great. I'm looking through his comments and people are defending it. It has really good utility.
Yeah,
Really good utility.
especially if you're playing in a division. Oof. But by itself, it can't really do much. So
I mean, I've seen Hipper do some nasty things in it though,
yeah,
by himself.
yeah. So
I want my name and height fine. So the monk is in chat protesting right now. We have the monk and Hivehound adamant that they are the true Tiger 59 enjoyers.
yeah.
So
So
how much is Bayard? It will go for Tier VII Premium price, as far as I'm aware, which is 17,500 doubloons.
Yeah.
Yes.
fire on the first cell. Feels good.
Every time I go to shoot this Bayard, he just disappears again. Oh, Brandenburg, not bad.
And there it goes again.
You got another fire?
No, I think it was. Oh, now I got another one.
Okay, reload boosted time. Me.
Ow! Life is pain.
Oh wow, yeah, they're shooting. Oh, okay. Slow down. What is spotting us?
Probably the Fiji.
Ah, that's the point. It is the Fiji.
Yeah, so my rudder's locked, so I'm just going this way.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I can't turn for another 20 seconds. So
Yeah, get the Fiji. Get him out of here. Yes, team. I'm gonna go dark because I got our mains now shooting at me, and this is not happy fun times for me. Please go dark. There we go.
Yeah, I think the mage is gonna move soon.
he's got the motivation.
Yeah, it's called Dhaka.
It's a big gunboat. It's like a mini Colbert.
I'm gonna switch over to Connor because I think he has a little bit more going on.
Not really.
Oh,
I'm sort of just... I got hit really hard because I was being just spotted. And,
Oh, there is Hipper here. Forgot about him.
trying to get in this objective.
Yeah, it's essentially 12 Degrassa guns. So it's, you know, Degrassa is no slouch.
I'm going to try a really stupid play here and play hyper-aggressive, and either it's going to work really well, or we're just going to chunk my fat citadel, and it's going to be good night. So we'll see. Okay, Hipper, it's you and me together.
Ow! Fire.
Yes. He tried to take the tops off, and it didn't work for him. I guess I don't think he's going to push this corner again. It'd be very silly of him to do so. So I'll
Wait,
just farm
wait,
them back instead.
can I actually destroy him through the gap in the
Yes,
island?
you can. If you can get the shot through the gap, you can hit him through the gap.
No! Ah, so close. He's 1 HP. Wait, can I get him here?
On purpose using this island back and forth just to dead stop myself so I can reverse again. Tactical beaching.
Trying to work on this mines.
Yeah, me too. Come on, mates. Yes.
Okay, we're capping at least.
Brandenburg's coming through. He's trying to at least.
Oh, mine's beached.
Nice cap. Come on, mains, go down. Yes.
Okay.
Right, so we have the Brandenburg and the very weak Hipper, and then we have the Tashkent
Gonna come around and get the hipper at least. But I might lose to Brandon.
Maybe I can shoot over this. Get it tip up. No.
Yeah, I don't think it's a smart idea for me to pop out of here.
Yeah, no, don't pop.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You are in danger. If you.
I'm in danger.
Oh, Baltimore out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I expected the Brandenburger to take longer than that. But
There is a very brave hipper on our side as well. Just
Popping this reload booster and trying to get as much damage on this Baltimore as I can before I turn in and try and run. Come on, give me another fire. I'm trying to hit you in weird places. Give me the fight. Come on. Give me the fight.
yeah, the torp angles are very, very good. They're not great torps, but
You can basically almost fire practically in front of you.
yeah.
Like, although the ship isn't super quick and it's not super agile, so you do have to really work to get them angles up.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not agile, but it is quick. Like,
I meant quick at turning. Sorry.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You try to kite in this, and you'll very quickly find yourself getting thunderclapped back to Texas by the nearest battleship. I'm gonna try and push for B cap because they're really like this point lead is disgusting. Good job. What's spotting me?
It's a
there
destroyer, I
are
think.
destroyers and everything in front of us. Tashkent.
Oh, hello.
A very brave Tashkent.
He is he's a very brave Tashkent.
Yeah, if you give him broadside, he's gonna AP.
I'm trying to also dodge the cruiser hits. Yeah, he's smoking.
Let's see. Will there be a ship with torpedoes on the front, like V-25, V-170, and G-101? There probably will be, because there are some ships out
Nice.
there with designs like that, but there are no plans right now for that.
That fire hurts. This Baltimore is hurting me.
No.
Would
Yeah.
I would AP him, but
I'm
Bayard
AP
is French.
him. Not anymore.
oh my okay.
Okay, I'm pushing towards B as well.
Radar. It's a Balti.
Okay, I'm slowing down.
I'm gonna hold this angle, and maybe you can help me with this because I think if I push this Baltimore, his AP is gonna.
He will. I think he's behind the island. He doesn't have shots on me, so maybe
Unless
I can
he's,
actually.
you know what
push.
I'm gonna do just in case, because something on me is telling me that he's. I don't know. Okay, I'm being cross-matched by his radar. That's not good. I need to move.
I don't have any other smokes. Just FYI.
I'm gonna show what Orochi's up to.
I'm really scared to push this.
I have Hydro for 2 more seconds. Oh, there he is.
So we did try pushing around. Okay.
Yeah, there's that out there.
Yep.
Being picked by Hydro now.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna get some distance. Oh, the Otto.
Archikov, oh
Yeah,
dear.
yeah. Okay,
that's
okay.
full health too.
Yeah. Hey, well. Got no reload boosters either, so.
Oh, he reversed.
Oh, I recognize that name. Ah. Fair play. I didn't realize Mr. Rikanova was in the game, but he is.
Yep. Turnabout is a fair play. So at this point, we should expect to see familiar names.
What date is the Ark Royal coming to the store?
Ark Royal comes October 17th. Oh, wait. Yeah. So we want to back out or
Yeah.
honest? Yeah. Honest.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So we have covered all the new ships. What do we want to do now? We still got some time.
I kind of want to play Ark, but it's not healthy for me to play so much Ark.
No, it's not.
Ark Royal. I've been playing Ark Royal too much.
We can play Kawashi again if you guys want.
Yeah.
Every time I get a minute free in the office, I'm like, you can see the ding from my Xbox going on, and it's just Ark Royal every time. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, is there any stats you guys would like to see, or anything you'd like us to show again, or for anyone who's missed something, or to play something, and the bots are back?
I don't see it. Oh, there. I had a delay there.
Do you know why we can't boost this campaign from the start? You should be able to. Obviously, Admiralty backing is required to boost.
Yeah, you can go roll milestones if you want to. Or like, just buy out.
You require Admiralty backing to boost, but you can boost with Admiralty backing.
There you go.
So, looking, the one to see Kronstadt, we've got Colbert, Bourgogne,
More burger. Yeah.
Burger, more Burger, Perth. Perth stats. We haven't actually shown the Perth stats, have we?
We haven't shown the stats. We did play part of the game with it. So let me. So this is the new commander, Harold Farncombe. You'll get him with your Perth. His skills are based around smokescreen use, which is kind of Perth's bread and butter. The ship has the creeping smokescreen. And so it will improve your gun performance while you are inside smoke. And then it's a pretty standard cruiser commander afterwards.
Let's get some Perth gameplay, because
Yeah.
that game we played was predominantly just on me playing
Yeah.
Ark Royal.
Okay. You're just saying that to play Ark again.
I am.
But these are here's the stats. Keep in mind this is with a full commander, so they're going to be altered a little bit, but it'll give you more realistic of what you're looking at whenever you have a leveled commander. So, kind of a slow reload, but on its guns, but and it does have torpedoes, decent AA defense. Plus, it has defensive AA firepower, and your standard British maneuverability. And good concealment. The stats on the consumables are pretty decent. You can trade this for a catapult fighter if you want to be ballsy and do an artist build, or if you want it for the spotting ability. And the smoke. This is the details on the smoke generator. So you can has a really long action time of 97.2 seconds with this build, which means you can basically creep around at 1/4 speed and move the smoke screen with you and just kind of constantly be in that, which works with Harold's skills that improve your gunnery when you are in smoke. So that's the concept of the ship.
If it asks me to play Huang I cannot play Huang at all. I will throw the game in that ship.
Perth cannot equip prop mod because it has the built-in British cruiser style propulsion. So
Boss, any plans to stop game sniping, where some players sit at the back of the map until the opposing team is just about lost?
no,
What? I mean, I don't understand
there's
what.
not like give me a way that is actually practicable, that doesn't harm gameplay, to stop that from happening. Like realistically speaking, if
Is it-
somebody wants to snipe, they can do it.
You're talking about kill stealing, just sitting in the back. I'm not sure
I think
what.
he's talking about like a battleship sitting at the back of the map and just shooting in. Like that's a valid gameplay tactic. It's not a good one, but it's valid.
I think, yeah. I mean, there are some battleships that excel at long range. Might not be ideal, but there are some battleships which are practically good at hitting at ranges, and then there are others which aren't. I wouldn't say it's a solid gameplay strategy, but
No, it's not a good gameplay strategy.
I think in every game you play, there's always going to be players who aren't necessarily playing very well.
So
Okay, I'm host. I keep forgetting I'm host.
Yep.
So I'll begin.
So using the border, we've had a few talks about using the border to or changing how the border works. We've had a few minor conversations about it, but right now there's not anything solid to do there.
Okay.
On yeah, 4K 60 progress. That's just something that's being worked on. The game needs to be optimized and worked on by the graphics team. So it's something that's being worked on, but no ETAs or promises on it. So.
Any plans to punish AFK players? Again, it becomes a case of having an efficient system to do so, because there's a fine line between punishing someone who's disconnected due to a server issue or a ping issue or anything really that can cause them to unintentionally quit the game.
Yeah,
And
like wife comes in and has a conversation to start, or parent says it's time for dinner. Like there are some times where you just have to leave the game running, and like
though we agree it's not ideal, like I think we've all lost games due to it. I myself have lost games. People have. You will sometimes have an instance where a teammate goes AFK at a really critical time, or they're disconnected, or in this case, in the comments, sometimes nature calls. I mean, it's a case of having an efficient system to do so that doesn't harm gameplay and doesn't punish people for things where they're not
their control.
They're not intentionally griefing the game. Like they're not going out of their way to harm your experience. It's just sometimes ship happens.
Yep.
So. As the t-shirt I wore on stream one day, ship happens. It does, unfortunately. And it's all just about finding the balance there. Okay, there's a destroyer here near A. I'm going to go spot him. I'm not sure what it is. Yes, ship. That's correct. We have a t-shirt that says ship happens.
Yep.
True story. Okay, here we go.
And really, if somebody is AFK or going AFK, they're losing points anyway. Like there's no benefit to them. I know it hurts everybody, but there's no reason for somebody to go AFK. That would be intentional.
Do you look at reported players? Yes, we have a system in place where we review things like this, and we have also, there have been times, I'm not going to go into specifics, but there have been times where players have sent us recordings of another player intentionally griefing, and actions have been taken.
Yeah.
So, but here's the key distinction: intentionally griefing. There's a huge difference between just playing badly and purposely harming the game.
Yeah.
Like, yes, a player at the world border sniping is really annoying, but it's not griefing. It's just bad play. People are entitled to play a game badly. It's not against our rules. But when they're purposely going out of their way to hurt the game for you, or trap you against an island, or proactively make you lose in one way or another, that's a different story. And actions have been taken for it. And you can reach us on Discord. You can DM me on Reddit. We do scour the Facebook communities. You can reach out to us with footage, and it will be looked at.
Well, if we implement the rocket system where if you go AFK for 45 seconds and you're kicked from the game, there's no way to replace that player in the game. Which doesn't help the situation, and then you just lock out a player for something like that. Like there's no way to solve the problem of the person being AFK in the middle of the match. It's a separate issue to what you're talking about, but like the problem I have with implementing systems to punish AFK players more than what they currently have is that right now there's not a motivation to go AFK.
Yes, Tonic, I've seen your videos. I am in the Facebook communities. We don't proactively comment in these Facebook communities, but we are in them and we see them. Any reversing BB hurts my DD game, of course. Can you play around in a legendary CV, please? It would require one of us to leave a division and queue against each other because there are currently none in the matchmaker.
Don't allow BBs to reverse in the first 4 minutes. Now imagine you're a BB player and you accidentally run into an island. What do you do?
Or you see a wall of Shimakaze tops and think, I don't want to go that way anymore.
I'm in danger.
Jump out players go on strike. Is there any other way to play Jean Bat?
They can't possibly have an engine booster.
No one is boosted to legendary T. Yeah, it's physically impossible right now for people to have legendary TSCVs. Yes, even if you boost,
Yep.
you will not see them right now. Man, I was about to do a drop on him. You got him.
Shame.
Damn, not letting me get all my Arc Royal points.
Yeah, there's a whole other side of the map that you could go get points on.
Well, the DD was over here originally until he died just shortly ago. So I was spotting the DD and trying to be helpful.
There's like a DD like right behind you right now, probably.
Yeah, well, no, it's
No,
going
no.
for a battleship. But there was a DD hunting you and our DD. So I went over to help our DD win the engagement and to spot. Any plans to fix the shell drop soon? We actually talked about this earlier on in the stream. I'm not going to brush over the topic again just because it's quite a long discussion.
Yeah.
But you can, once this stream is over, you can view the VOD and see.
Yeah. And when it comes to ships that have not been announced in any other way or any way, shape, or form, we cannot comment on it. So please stop asking about Kremlin.
The TLDR of the shells falling short issue though is we're looking into it.
Yeah. Like, it's not working intuitively.
Dude, this Minsk is beelining it for our Mackinson. Go on, Mackinson. Get in with your secondaries. You can do it. You can do it.
Dun-dun,
You have the map.
dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun, dun-dun.
Oh. Am I going to get in my bombs? I might do. He's smoking though.
Battle of the Ages.
I hit him. I need 500 damage.
Oh, we got torpedoes. Come on, Mackinson. You can get him.
Get him, Mackinson. Maybe I can spot him. Hold on. He's in his smoke. Maybe I can blind drop him if I just hit anywhere near his postcode.
You just gotta figure out is it 6769 or is it 6768?
There is no update on any PlayStation Plus bundle right now.
Yep. So there's stuff in the works for German battlecruiser commanders. So, but it has yet to come. So.
There was a rumor a while back of a Will to Rebuild rework. Yes, there is something in the works. We don't have any details right now, but we are looking into the legendary skill and the impact it has.
Nuremberg is probably going to win this. Because my torpedo angles are not good. Please give me the shot. Makarov, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Destroyer.
Fair.
Thank you, Moss.
Despite filling multiple tickets, I found no effective way to stop going AFK at least once every 30 minutes on PlayStation 5. Game used to be totally stable, not any longer. There could be a variety of issues. Very well could be connection based, to be honest with you, because the game is server based. So if your connection or your ping is too high, it will yeet you out until your connection is quicker.
So why didn't we get a follow-up line with... So the we're considering... So Tier 8 packages, I'll call it that. So like groups of Tier 8 ships, we're considering as tech tree additions. So essentially they're in queue to be a tech tree addition. We normally do one tech tree addition per update, or every update and a half. And that also includes early access to a tech tree. So if you look back, the first tech tree package released, then we had early access to German battlecruisers, then German battlecruisers this update, full access, and then in the future there will probably be some other kind of tech tree addition. So there are 2 updates remaining in this year. So, and I've said that there will be another tech tree edition of Tier 8 ships this year, so it might be next update or the second update. We'll see.
Bots are back.
I got it.
Shinderu. Nani.
We should start in any percent. How fast can you ban bots?
Time them how quick they appear. Bot appear speedrun.
Can't afford to date because I buy ships. Sorry, bot.
Ah, man. Damn. It's crazy. Anyway. Any plans to bring value to playing Tier 8? Tier 7 makes more silver. So, obviously, the higher tier you go, the less silver you make. I think right now the priority is just more just diversifying the tier. Yeah. Adding more ships to it and kind of building on that gameplay. Yeah. Because I think Tier 8 right now is... a personal opinion of mine is that Tier 8 is suffering from the same symptoms that early Legendary Tier faced, and that's just there's not much variety in ships, so you can kind of guess the team compositions and so on, and it doesn't necessarily make the most engaging gameplay. But of course we can't just appear with 200 Tier 8 ships like that. It's going to take time, and it's being worked on.
Yep.
Tier 7 has a lot of ships. You can still go back and play a Tier 7 if you want credits. We did boost its credit earnings. But Tier 8 and Legendary Tier are sort of... They're intended to have less earnings. So.
Yeah, so, yeah. A lot of... and regarding why there are more Russian ships than British ships, I think there are in the tech tree, but actually I think in terms of premiums, Britain has more. They're pretty close. Essentially, a lot of the ship quantity comes from accessibility to documents. A lot of British documents are either hard to find in adequate detail, still classified, or just gone. Like nobody's found them. They've been filed in some locker cabinet somewhere in some British archive, and nobody's seen them for 50 years. That's a real thing. And so that's still a case with some American designs as well. So the Russian archives were able basically opened up pretty widely in the 90s, and a lot of those documents are able to be got if you know where to look. So that's essentially just an accessibility to resources and documents, accurate documents.
Why did you feel the need to buff all CVs? So we didn't buff all. Some received a nerf. There's two kind of stages to this. The first stage was the concealment adjustments, and then the second stage was the aircraft HP adjustments. I think for the most part, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think a lot of the concealment changes were made just to kind of try and universally level the concealment to some degree, because you know a lot of stats were just some way because they are, you know, so it was more of an attempt just to unify the carriers.
Yeah, I asked our developers for an answer on this, so I'm gonna pull up and translate it from game design speak to common sense speak. Give me a minute here. Fine. So basically, when we added carriers to the game, we based their concealment calculation off of battleships, which are the next largest ship in the game by their overall size. We felt that it's a lot easier to see a carrier, practically speaking, than to see a battleship, and because they're kind of more like a billboard on a sea. And so we felt that we should nerf their visibility based off of this sort of common sense feature, as well as to make them a little bit easier to find in the match and damage. But to compensate for that change, we would give them a little bit of plain HP to buffer the loss. So it's kind of we intend it to be kind of a burf where you buff one thing and nerf another thing. And so that's the idea there.
There were obviously some carriers that received just a nerf. Saipan, for example. So
yeah,
it was just sort of more. Every carrier was reworked in one way or another, maybe except one or two. I don't have the full list in front of me.
Every carrier was touched,
okay,
except
so,
Ark Royal, because she was touched before releasing.
Yeah, Ark Royal. A lot of changes. I can't go into detail, but a lot of changes were made to Ark Royal and Super Test, and the data is still being reviewed for Ark Royal and all the carriers. It's more trying to align carrier gameplay in what is the vision. Carriers themselves are quite a difficult thing to balance because their interaction is with everything. They affect everything because they can spot destroyers, they can start fires on battleships, they have decent damage potential on cruisers. So I think balancing carriers is and always has been a unique balancing challenge, and it's one that needs to be taken very carefully and in short steps. You make a small change, monitor the data. Make a small change, monitor the data. Which is why there's been so many changes to carriers. It's about finding the balance. And it's also one of the reasons why submarines were in no rush to introduce them, because that will also present the same challenge. You know, I think for the most part, a lot of players are happy with where the carriers are in terms of performance. They have battle impact, but they don't have too much where a game is won or lost based on a carrier. At least for the players I've spoke to on Discord and other platforms. It's just
why did we add them then? Okay. What World War II naval battle can you think of off the top of your head that does not involve an aircraft carrier? Like, I can think of one. It's Battle of North Cape. It's just it's too stormy for carriers to be operating in that. There's a carrier in the area. Bismarck, carrier, Ark Royal herself. Calabria, there's British carriers in the area. The whole Pacific War, pretty much. Carriers. Like, carriers belong in a naval warfare game from this era. That's the long and short of it. Our job is to figure out how we can get it into a gameplay way that's
fun and
involved.
engaging, but not overbearing.
In River Plate, Ark Royal is on the way to River Plate. That's what forces Gareth Spade to scuttle. Jutland is the first time naval aircraft was used in a battle from a seaplane carrier. Matapan is forced because British aircraft carriers damaged Vittorio Veneto. Surigao Strait. Okay, that's a fair one. Surigao Strait does not have any carriers.
He
got me.
got you there, didn't he?
He got me. And so like there's there are like carriers are involved through almost the whole war, and like that's they're everywhere. They're involved. They're capital ships. They're important. Like it's like we realize it's a game. We also really want to connect with history. That's the reason I'm here. Carriers are real. Carriers were there. Carriers were very important. That's why they should be here.
They also just present a unique gameplay point because the gameplay is so different from the other ships in the game. Some people find them entertaining, others don't. You're not obligated to play them, and I don't think they're too overbearing when you play against them. Obviously, AA is a unique kind of engagement. You have to work with your teammates to counter it. But it's varying gameplay. It's interesting, it's new, it's different. And even when you play one carrier and a different carrier, like even between carriers, the gameplay varies so much. Like, for example, Ark Royal, even in terms of just perspective, the aircraft fly so low to the water on Ark Royal that you're weaving in between islands, and your vision is quite limited. And then you play something like a Surov, where the aircraft are really high and you can see over the islands. You have, your AP bombs, you have HE bombs, you have bouncing bombs, you have torpedoes, fast, slow, long arming time, short arming time. In terms of even just the carrier lines, each carrier line has its own unique gimmicks with strengths and weaknesses, and all of which alter gameplay. So you're trying to balance all of these different aspects for all these different lines in a way that don't negatively impose everything else, but also where they still have enough meaning where there's point to playing them, which is why we make such frequent short changes. And you might not always agree with some of the changes. You might love some of them and hate others. But ultimately, we won't know unless we try, and the data is important because we're trying to find the balance. And, this is the same answer for submarines, and everyone says, when are they coming? They'll come, if the team finds that their interaction can be done in a proper way.
Yeah. One thing that doesn't suit history is dive bombing. Sorry? What? Like, every carrier that was sunk at the Battle of Midway was sunk by dive bombers. It's like, guys, come on.
The TLDR is we're still balancing carriers very heavily,
Yeah.
and we can't confirm if submarines are coming or not because we just don't know right now.
Yeah.
There are no plans right now.
So,
All right, you've been awfully quiet. What do you think?
What carriers?
Yes, and
what
Jerry.
do you think about carriers? Yeah.
Okay. So when I started playing the game carriers, I really liked carriers. But I soon realized that when the team actually, communicates and there's teamwork involved, carriers are actually not that easy to play. Like, especially in higher tiers, you get those AA bubbles that maybe you get one drop off, maybe, but you also lose a whole squadron. And there comes what Connor said about the different playstyles of each carrier. Like, you have carriers where you can sacrifice more planes, and you have carriers where you can really not sacrifice those planes. So there's a
Yes, good
balance,
point.
as is with many other ships in the game. Like, destroyers play way differently than battleships, for example. And there are very different types of destroyers. You have destroyers that are gunboats and destroyers that are torpedo boats, like Sima, which I very much like. So, yeah, and
Anti-Shimmer.
they are an important part of naval warfare. So that's why you have them in the game.
I think a good example of difference is if you look at the legendary tier carriers, Hakayu has a plane restoration rate which is like Formula 1 fast, and they can restore planes. Like, you can shoot down squadrons and they can just another one. But the damage they cause in their drops is less. And then you have Midway. The name brushed my tongue for a minute, where them bombs hit hard. Like, you're talking 20k, bang, and they hurt. But if you shoot down a squadron, that you can really cripple this carrier early game. That boom, be useless, because their plane restoration rate is so slow. So you learn the strengths and weaknesses of each carrier, and in doing so, you learn how to play against to the strengths and weaknesses of said carrier. So just, we're balancing them. Bear with us. You're going to see a lot of changes, especially in the future. They're going to come and go. bear with us.
Yeah.
We're very closely monitoring the interaction, and we're kind of weighing it.
Yeah.
So
And so the other changes we made in this update and balance, since we're on this topic of balance, Talon got nerfed. I think that's kind of a no-brainer.
it was a very strong tier 6
Yeah.
ship. Yep.
Talon, Talon got nerfed, and PG got nerfed. PG is kind of a hidden gem of tier 6. It's a very, very strong ship with very high DPM for tier 6. So we just dialed that back just a little bit. And then Duca d'Aosta SAP
Oof.
module got nerfed. So
that was a bit strong.
yeah, so
Yeah.
the patch notes read upgrade to upgraded main battery guns. SAP module got nerfed. That's what that means. It doesn't apply to basic Duca d'Aosta, only Duca with the SAP. In which we said whenever we brought them or brought SAP modules in that we would reserve the right to tweak them. That's what happened. Abruzzi, we just buffed the basic version of the ship, gave them some more damage, and things like that. So that's the balance changes we made it there. Saw one question up here.
I think we are also we're somewhat our stream is stretched on a bit longer than intended as well. I think for the most part. So we're sort of we're streaming over time now, and we're in a deep conversation phase.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, there is no easy answer to some of these difficult questions, especially when it comes to carriers, because a lot of it really is just experiment. We run off the data we have, especially with like Fiji and all these other balance changes. We run from the data we have, and we won't know until we try. Great example is Shakaku. We recently gave it its 3rd plane back, and now that carrier is
really good.
Really, like on the higher end of carriers. It's in the top 3 carriers right now.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. So, these are the kind of problems that we face and the challenges we face.
Yeah.
So,
there's a bunch. Change one thing and it'll change a whole bunch of different things in a way you don't expect. Show the Mogami cooking again. So, yes.
I think on that note, it is time for us to get ready to bid farewell. As usual, thank you very much to everyone who's come on and joined our stream. It's been a very intense one. We had some great gameplay. There was some, you saw all of the content. You're welcome to reach out to us on Discord and ask questions, and we'll answer them, and we'll engage with you on what the content is and how to get things and stats and so on, like we always do. Obviously, we've ended the stream on quite a heavy conversation. I think ultimately there is no easy conversation when it comes to balancing. It's not just carriers, but everything in general. But I think you guys have had a very technical insight this stream in how some of these balance changes are done and why they're made. So take away from that as you will. But we mean the greatest intentions when we talk about these kind of subjects. And I'm going to pass the camera over to Panos in a moment, where he can give his first stream farewell speech, as Chris made me give one when I was a new CM. So you have to give your speech in a moment, and then he'll bid it. So take it away, Panos.
Yeah, well, I wasn't prepared for that, but thank you everyone for coming together, joining us in checking out what's coming and what's already here. Well, you are all welcome to join our channels below on the description and Discord, where we are very active. You can talk to us, and we hope to see you on the next one.
Okay, and on that bombshell, have a great evening, guys. Take care.